the Bible other than Psalms 23. That we'll try to read today, okay? Will somebody open Ezekiel chapter 34? Okay, Ezekiel is also in the Old Testament. It speaks about God really speaking about himself. Anybody who would like to read that before we... Okay, Ezekiel chapter 34. And we start from verse 11. And until yeah. Ezekiel 34, verse 11 and following.
Okay. The word of the Lord came to me?
Yes, can somebody read that loud?
Shepherds and sheep. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, prophecy against the shepherds.
Start from verse 11. So, yeah.
For this is what the sovereign Lord says, I myself will search for my sheep and look after them. As a shepherd looks after his scattered flock when he is with them, so will I after my sheep. I will rescue them from all the places where they were scattered on a day of clouds and darkness. I will bring them out from the nations and gather them from the countries, and I will bring them into their own land. I will pasture them on the mountains of Israel, in the ravenous and in all the settlements of the land. I will tend them in good pasture, and the mountain heights of Israel will be their grazing land. There they will lie in good grazing land, and they will feed in a rich pasture on the mountains of Israel. I myself will tend my sheep and have them lie down, declares the sovereign Lord. I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak, but the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice.
Okay. So two accounts of a shepherd. The first one that you read is Psalms 23. Anybody who can guess who wrote that? Who wrote Psalms 23?
David.
Huh?
King David.
He wrote that. And David was, of course, he wrote it as a song so that the Israelites, during the time of the monarchy of David and Saul, continued to sing that. They were singing, that my shepherd is the Lord, nothing in him shall I want. They use it in many other ways, singing the song of David. And you know why David wrote the song, right? You can guess, actually. David wrote the song speaking of his own life as he deals with issues and problems since he was probably a young boy or a girl like you guys are, most of us here. Do you know how old David was when he defeated Goliath?
12?
Yeah, about 12 years old.
Oh, galing.
And,
Very good. Yes.
yes, very good. And he was the youngest among his family members, brothers and sisters. And but David's life was not easy actually, because he really took care of the flock as a young shepherd. But he became popular when he defeated the giant Goliath. But between the time when he became king and when God started to use him as a shepherd boy, many things happened in David's life. One of these is, for example, the king was jealous of him because King Saul thought that David is going to supplant him. So he attempted to kill David several times. When he was sleeping, while he was on the run, while he was just doing his errands, King Saul would really try to assassinate him. Because he feared that if David would become king, as young as he was, then the kingship will be torn away from King Saul. So David throughout his life was really, had really experienced a lot of difficulties. And you will understand that this is not just the hardship of being a young boy, you know. This is also the hardship of being a king, being a prophet, being a soldier, and having children later on, and his children having clashes and conflict and so forth and so on. So he wrote the song in this context, Psalm 23. Okay, let's recite it again. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay, what do you think when we talked about I shall not want? What is the key word? The Lord is my shepherd,
I
I
don't-
shall not want.
I don't
What's
need.
the key word?
Want.
Why want?
Because you need him? 'Cause
Yeah. So it's not shepherd. Of course, the song is about the shepherd, but the key word is want. It means when God is your shepherd, you will lack nothing. Everything is complete. Again, the Lord
Is my shepherd.
I shall not want. Now let us read the next phrase. Makes
Down in green pastures, He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Okay, what's the key verse? He makes me lie down in green pastures. Keyword.
Lie down.
Lie, yes. Yeah, basically. Not telling a lie. Makes me lie in green pastures. What does it mean? Lying down in green pastures. What's the emotion involved?
Sabi niya rest.
Guiding you to rest.
Yes. Yeah, resting you feel like. Have you ever tried that? Lying down on green pastures? On grass?
Yeah.
Not yet.
I get itchy.
Jiggers? But
Itchy. Itchy.
okay, have you ever tried stargazing? Like lying down looking at the stars and just. You should try it. What was your experience? It's really nice. So peaceful. Like everything happens in this a beautiful panorama. Okay, He makes me lie down in green pastures. Then again, He leads me beside the still waters. What's the key word? What? Leads. So there's a shepherd leading the sheep. And then continue. Here is stores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. So there is the shepherd guiding and loving the sheep. And then the next verse.
Shadow of death.
I will fear no
No
evil,
evil,
for Thou art with me.
That's a beautiful,
Thy
that's a beautiful text. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall not fear evil. I shall not fear anything, for you guide me. Alright? Can you read that again? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the
Shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. They comfort me.
You prepare
A
a
table
table before me in the presence of
of
my
my
enemies.
enemies.
You anoint my head with oil.
My
Cup runneth over. Surely
Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life,
and I will dwell
in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Now, the shepherd image is a very popular image even before David was. People in the Middle Eastern areas like this one had always looked to God as somebody that guides and leads them. So the picture of a shepherd is very important. Now, why are shepherds important in Israel? Do you know why? Do you know what kind of country is Israel? What kind of... Is it like Texas? Like a postmodern urban area?
No, it's really rural.
Who among you comes from the countryside? You own ducks and horses. And
Chicken.
we don't have that experience,
Chicken.
If you live in areas like this, for example, like the countryside, you will know how important it is for the owners to be present all the time. You're gonna just leave your horses around, your pigs, and just let them go. And you have to assign somebody who will take care of your farm. Because if that somebody, if there's nobody to take care of the farm, first of all, the goats might eat everything. And then maybe the horses will run around. Or the ducks will no longer be able to swim because there's no more water. Or they're going to go hungry. Now, in the Bible, the economy of what we call today the land of Israel is agriculture. That's their economy. That's their way of living. They take care of flocks, they sell it, they have money, they exchange the money, they buy more flocks, and they feed their flock, they feed their sheep, they feed their cattle, and then sell it, and then later they have money, they buy something like that. Okay, who among you are college now yet? College students? Not yet, right?
We're all from.
Yeah, well, when I say college, so if it is a profession that you choose, it is something like you take care of this, like an economy, so to speak. Okay, now I'd like to give you an image of what a ship is like, because I think that it's an image that is clear to us that we read in the Bible. The sheep is one of the most stupid animals in the world.
Oh my God.
Wow. They're stupid. You know why? You dig a hole, let them pass, they will fall in the hole. Yeah. Next time, let them pass, they'll fall. They never learn. They are not good in what you call retention. So I think the sheep cannot sing. They're mostly dependent on people, on the shepherd. Not only that, not only are they stupid, they are also very weak. They easily get scared. If they hear a wolf,
So we are the God's sheep, so we are stupid.
I'm scared. No, I'm not saying that.
Joke, Pastor.
I'm describing a sheep. You know what? I got that from my years of traveling of Israel. I found out that shepherds work full time. They even live with the sheep. They cannot leave the sheep one day, even if they're already inside there. What do you call that? The fence? Yeah, even if they're inside the fence, they won't leave the sheep. So shepherds are like sheep also. They smell like one.
Smell bad.
That is why they don't ever go to the marketplace to buy anything for themselves. It is important for shepherds to stay where the sheep are. Why? Anything may happen. Okay. They're scared of wolves. They're scared of almost anything. Snakes, what else? Tigers,
Dragon.
scorpions, anything that hurts.
Elephants.
They're so scared. And once the sheep gets scared, you know what will happen? They scatter and just go their way. And they don't know where they are going. They have no sense of direction, no compass, no anything, no GPS. So once the sheep...
No map. Maliligaw.
You know what I mean? So once they just scatter, they will go anywhere and they'll die surely. Not only that, if one sheep falls, it no longer can stand. You really have to help them stand again. You really have to bind up their wounds. If they bleed, they get hurt, they don't cry.
Oh,
They
don't
cry.
cry.
They will just, like autistic, they don't have feelings.
Oh,
They'll just die. And so, now what else are with sheep? As I said, they're stupid. And sometimes they, I don't know. That is why to train a sheep, for example, it will take time. And to train a sheep to do something familiar. Because sometimes they only listen to what they hear. And they hear bells, and they follow the bell. They don't use their eyes. Isn't that stupid? They have eyes and not using it. They have only ears, they only listen to that. So, if a sheep is left alone, what will happen? They'll die, they'll drown. What else? They'll get hurt. They'll get eaten by wolves. What else? And what have you. So they really need somebody to take care of them. Now let me tell you about shepherds again. As I said, shepherds in Israel, they don't live in cities. They don't live in homes. They live where the sheep lives. That is some of them in open air. it is important for shepherd to take care of the sheep if they want the sheep to be alive and to be traded for profit. Okay? They give the time. It's not like 8 to 5 job. Okay, I'm going to IHOP now, I'm working now. And then clock in 8 o'clock in. And then as you wait for 5 o'clock, bye. I don't care. You know, these are jobs today. They know that to be happening today. That's our job. 8 to 5. But after that, no more. Just go on your own. And you have your own life. Shepherd, they don't have social life. No Facebook.
Oh.
No restaurants.
No IHOP.
No IHOP. No nothing.
No McDonald's.
That is why in Israel they're despised. People don't talk to them because these people are taking care of the sheep.
No
They're like sheep
enough.
to them. But without the commitment of the shepherd, the business of cattle raising or sheep raising, the farm will die. If the system dies, the economy dies. If the economy dies, the population dies. That is how important it is to take care of your own economy so that you will live and survive. Okay, now you know about shepherds of Israel and sheep and how they think. And do they even think? No. Do they feel? Yes, but they cannot identify what those feelings are. Unlike us, they just have a little cut. You know, my mom said no. But parents will have a problem if their children are hurt and they don't talk. God. So sometimes, do you talk to your parents when you get hurt? Sometimes when you get hurt, you tell your dad that I'm hurt. Sometimes you're like, right?
It depends on what it is.
We know already that if we do this, we're gonna fall. We do it continually. Margie, what is it? Now
What?
sometimes you're like shepherd. You know it's bad, but we still continue to do that. Margie.
What?
We get easily scared, right?
Yeah.
You know, when I was a young person, I cannot even go to the next room. I have to have somebody open the light for me. You also experience that? I tell my brother, can you open the light for me? I'm scared. Does it happen to you?
It's just scared of the dark.
Yeah?
It's just scared of the dark.
He's just scared of everything.
And sometimes even if it's just going to the next room, Mom, can you please open the light? Sometimes we're like sheep.
I have a night.
Yeah, in spite of the advances in
It's just simply the TV.
civilization, we are still afraid of the dark. I wonder why. Yeah, and if we will not survive, the young people, for example, will not survive. I think civilization will also not survive, and in the world as well. One Filipino patriot said, Jose Rizal, he said, the youth is the hope of the Filipino people. Without the youth, there is no hope and no future. Imagine if the youth are like sheep. And so, okay. So, everything that we have learned today that speaks about a sheep who values the love of a shepherd can be attributed to our lives today. It can be us. And if David says, with the Lord as my shepherd, I don't have anything lacking in my life. Do you believe that? Now,
Of course.
how do you think the Bible that we learned today, the text in today, speaks to you? How do you apply it?
Is
What
that
your
on the
personal
question,
experience?
Pastor?
Yes. What is your personal experience? How does this apply to you? Does it make sense? Anybody? Okay. How does it feel if you are the sheep? If you are a sheep,
Humble.
you are
Humble.
humble. How does it feel? What do you have anything as you are as if you are identifying yourself as a sheep?
Sometimes you feel lost without God.
You feel lost without God. Anybody who's already been an experience being lost?
Me. Everybody.
Children. Oh, yeah. Scary, right?
I'm literally lost right now.
I thought
I'm lost right now.
I'm lost without you.
Okay. How old when you were lost?
Today.
That's a good answer.
So you know what it means to be lost, right? Not knowing where to go. Okay, one moment you already got so scared. Like very scared. So scared. March, can you tell us about that?
That's a long story.
Well, just about the feeling. Let's talk about the feeling. What is
The
it?
pill, I'm so very, 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 very sad. And I always cry. Very down and very disappointed
Okay, down.
because of problems.
Yeah.
But now I'm so happy.
Okay, anybody who had gone hungry? Because mom forgot to give food.
No, I'm looking at you.
Anybody?
Joey then.
Yeah,
No, you're complaining about
anybody who had gone hungry? You know what it feels to be like hungry?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I'm always hungry because we're so poor,
Yeah.
very poor. In the Philippines, all the children are hungry, especially. Oh, not all. So you're not. Oh, you don't experience ate when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I was a pastor's kid, and my dad was receiving only $1. I think that's 35 pesos a month. But we never went hungry. Because my dad was doing his work as a pastor. He goes around visiting, not minding that he has to walk miles, kilometers away. But every time he comes home, he would bring a squash, a pumpkin. He would bring 3 pieces of eggs. And that would be enough for us, the family. So we never went hungry. As long as you trust in God and you make Him your shepherd, trust in Him, just follow Him and forget about your tummy, God will provide. And that's how we end. All of us were educated. We all finished college. We had our own professions. We went, all of us went to college, and we had good degrees. We finished our education. But my father received 35, maybe 35 cents, or I don't know how much that. But it was really far below the minimum wage. But God provided for us. I don't know where He got the money for us to go to college. We went to the city, Manila, but we were in the province.
Yes.
But
So thank you,
it's sort of a
Auntie.
miracle.
You see, she had a father who took care of the family, even if there was not much. But I wonder the anxiety of people who took care of their children. Of course, we have this anxiety. So I think her dad should have prayed a lot.
yes,
Because if he did not pray, probably he could not provide for his family. Now, anybody of you had this experience being shepherds or taking care? So, have you taken care of people? Have you been responsible for people? I ask the elderlies.
grandchildren.
I don't see any elderlies. They're all
No,
young.
they're not
They're all
elderlies.
young.
Oh, the adults.
Mabuhay ka! Mabuhay ka, mabuhay.
Our grandchildren, we take care of our grandchildren.
Yeah. And when you take care of them, I think they're just not worried anymore. Because you're there.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I
you're there.
like what it says in the Bible. It says, train up a child
In the way he should go.
in the way.
You should go.
Train up. Come on, say it. Come on, in the way he should go. And when they get older, they won't depart.
Hard for me.
How about Bishop? Bishop. Pastor. I know, I'm just telling. He's like a bishop. Were you a shepherd?
Say that again.
Pastor, ano yung tanong mo?
Yeah. Now, in our situation, like I'm already a provider now. I know I can give, I can share, but still, sometimes I'm like a ship. I make decisions, and then finally, in the end, it's a mistake. I can't go back. I fall, and it's hard. As you grow older, you fall. It's harder to get out. I don't know, maybe. Okay, but for a shepherd like you, like a provider, what does it feel to be like
A
being
shepherd.
responsible for people you love? Let's listen.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be responsible?
Well,
Now they're responsible daw.
oh,
As being a shepherd.
Now they're
To
pastor.
your ships.
okay. One thing I thought of myself, I must have to have a philosophy of life. You understand what I mean? A philosophy of life is a way of life in which you think yourself will make it in this world, no matter what. Okay? A philosophy of life, you should have a philosophy of life in order to achieve anything for your future. You know, like I want to be a teacher. What is the philosophy of a teacher? You must love how to learn and love children, love people. Now you start from there, and your loving will go on and on and on. I made an article about my philosophy of life. Because when you have a philosophy of life, that will lead you where you want to go. And you can achieve maybe the highest kind of profession that you would. When I say highest, it's not a pilot that can. But I have a friend who is a pilot in the U.S. Air Force. And she was a valedictorian at Mesquite High School. And graduated valedictorian and went into the flying school in Colorado Springs. Now she is a major in the Air Force, and she flies F-16 or stealth fighter bomber. And she's a woman. So you can achieve anything you want if you have a philosophy of life. Being a shepherd, you're coming from anywhere in any part of the world. You know the movie, it's just a movie, okay? Coming to America. Do you remember, what's his name?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. And he was asked by a pretty lady when he was here in America, what kind of job do you do? And he said, I am a shepherder. And what? The American lady said, what? So she just told her what she wanted to do, and that's what she did, and the lady became also a queen. That's the story. So the story of shepherder by way of King David. It's very hard to be a king, but he was one.
Amen. So you heard an adult now speak his perspective on being responsible. But you have to have a philosophy, you have to have a commitment, you have to make a lot is demanded from you if you take care of somebody else. It is not just a responsibility that when you get married, say, okay, and then after that leave your children behind. No, so when you reach that stage, being a provider yourself, you will understand how it is important for you to be responsible because somebody else looks up to you. Like most of us here are young people, right? And we feel that. But have you ever thought of your parent, what they've been doing in order to provide for you? How you lived alone by yourself, tending to your sick? Definitely not, because the reason you're here today is because your parents took care of you. Now let me go back again to Ezekiel chapter 34 and see the perspective of a shepherd. Earlier we read the perspective of a sheep. The Lord is my shepherd. With God, I will lack nothing. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Ye do I walk, it's like the sheep crying out. Now listen to the shepherd. What the shepherd says in 34, Ezekiel. For thus says the Lord God, behold, I myself will search for my sheep. I will seek them out. It's God himself who cares. As a shepherd seeks out his flock when some of his sheep have been scattered abroad, so will I seek out my sheep, and I will rescue them from all places where they have been scattered on a day of clouds and thick darkness. Jesus said in John chapter 10, he said, I am the good shepherd. I will leave behind the 99 of my sheep just to look for the other one that was lost.
Yeah.
So, don't ever think that Jesus does not care. He's willing to leave even heaven, even the others, because one sheep is important for Jesus. He will give his life just to look for that one. Okay? 13. Somebody read 13, please. 34 verse 13. Ezekiel 34 verse 13.
Y'all, someone read it.
Yes.
More.
You can read it.
5,
Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 13.
Nikki, read it.
I read the other
13.
one. 14 or 15.
13.
Boy.
Chapter 34.
I will bring them out from the nations and gather them from the countries, and I will bring them into their own land. I will pasture them on the mountains of Israel, and the ravenous in all the settlements of the land.
Okay. So actually Ezekiel speaks here of a scattered people. They were scattered. The Babylonians decimated the whole population. The Assyrians years earlier. They were scattered. And they were only able to come back recently. Okay? And then verse 14.
Okay, I will tend them in a good pasture, and the mountain heights of Israel will be their grazing land. They will lie down in good grazing land, and there they will feed in a rich pasture on the mountains of Israel.
And then, continue please.
I myself will tend my sheep and have them lie down, declares the sovereign Lord.
Wow. Can you not imagine this? Like he will tend for the sheep individually, make them lie down in his arms, and maybe sing a lullaby. Yeah? If the sheep are afraid, you don't just say, hey, don't be afraid. How do you do that when you have friends who are afraid?
You hug them?
You give them encouragement. Come on. I'll fight for you. Something like that, okay? Take care of him. And you want to give that comfort. So that's how the Lord takes care of the sheep. Okay? Verse 14. of 16, I mean. I will seek the lost, and I will bring back the strayed. I will bind up the crippled, and will strengthen the weak, and the fat and the strong. I will watch over. I will feed them in justice. 17. As for you, my flock, thus says the Lord God, behold, I will judge between sheep and sheep rams and the he-goats. So God will protect the sheep and make the sheep aware that probably the one in front of him or her is not a sheep, not a wolf. So the protective arm of God. So I know as young people, for example, we have some enemies, right? Am I?
Snake.
Does it make sense?
Ano ba yan?
Sometimes we encounter enemies. Bullies, for example, in school. We don't like to fight. You know, I was bullied since grade 1 until like grade 5. My bully would sharpen his pencil, and every morning
Oh my God.
I was so afraid. I didn't want to come to school anymore. But I guess if there is somebody who knows, that's bigger and strong to protect us against your bullies, it would be nice. You get back your confidence, right? So you can imagine many other things that happens in your life and how God takes care of you. If your parents can take care of you, like Dr. Type A,
Tai-pai.
Type A, having his own philosophy, doing hard labor, or like your grandma, your grandpas, and your parents, how much more God? Okay? How much more God will lead you and guide you? Okay? Questions? Any question? You can throw the strangest, the craziest
So the question what time?
Yeah? Yes?
Are you done?
Yeah?
Are we gonna do the questions and then? Hindi na.
No, there are still questions here. Okay? So now we just...
So we do not need to be afraid anymore. No more afraid.
You don't need to be afraid anymore. Yeah. But if you will translate this in terms of the higher expectations, your parents and grandparents may fail you. Your teachers may fail you. Your friends may betray you, believe me. God never will. Because He is the true shepherd of the flock. Okay? So, thank you. G.
Pastor Fernando, if you connect yourselves to the greatest power that you believe in this world, and there's no other than God, of course, is the greatest power. If you connect with Him, anything you ask shall be given to you.
Amen.
And He meant that. He will help you, inspire you, and do all the things that He wants you to do. Like, where is Francine?
Francine.
Yes, she's 16 years old. And you have to connect with the Lord because He's the source of everything in our lives. All that we got is from Him. He loves us no matter what. So even you are a very bad boy, bad girl, don't forget that God loves you. No matter what. Yeah, you're correct.
You're a bad boy.
He is the only one who can love you anytime. Your friends may give you up and some others, but not God, but not Jesus. He will take care of you. And that's my sharing with you because I have that experience in my life. So I stick with him.
Okay, any other question?
You have any questions?
Any other question?
Do you guys understand what a sheep, about a sheep?
Yes.
We are all sheep,
Yes.
right? It's not that we're stupid. He keeps saying stupid, it's like, we are not. But we're always, we think we're self-reliant.
Yes.
But in reality, we're not. We have to follow somebody. And sometimes we follow the wrong persons. So we need to learn to follow the right one. And listen to the right shepherd. Because there's good and bad shepherds. You know, you have to realize that. Good and bad shepherds. And we need to know the good shepherd is Jesus.
Amen.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Dessert?
Yeah.
You can.
Is there dessert? Yeah, you had dessert earlier.
I thought that was your question. Oh my God. Okay.
There was cake. Okay.
That's a good question.
Anybody else other than dessert?
Just one clarification. I just want to emphasize that, sometimes we might have understood that we are stupid or we don't have any brain, but that is when we are comparing ourselves to the shepherd. The shepherd is really, but
Intelligent.
in comparison to the shepherd, we are really that low in. So.
And a fact that I learned about the shepherd is when during the summertime, when they're out in the fields, and there's the pen that's made out of stones, and there's no gate. What the shepherd does is lie by the gate to protect the sheep. So he puts his life in danger just in case anything happens and tries to enter through that gate. So that, to me, that was like, oh, that's really something. Because Jesus laid down his life for us. So like the shepherd, that's what they still do. They lie right in front of the gate at night so that no sheep will come out and nothing else will come in. So that's a fact.
That's true, that's true. And all that was said, Aristotle, I think he was the one who said, he's a very learned person, a man of science, a man of the arts, he knows a lot. And then at the end of his life, he said, I thought I have learned a lot. And then he said, I learned that I have more to learn. So human reality is really very limited. We need God to take care of us. Okay? So let's go to another song. You know.
Yeah.